I don't know where to begin for tonight. I really do. But I want to thank you for turning me on. I want to thank you for joining me inside of the Quiet Storm, behind the scenes, after dark, however you like to frame it, baby. I want to thank you just for being here. I'm Lenny Green. And joining me tonight on the Love Lines, I told you I was going to have a very, very a special friend, a special guest, a special lady who has gifted us so much over the years that we have known her. We've known her. We got introduced to her when she was doing music, but we've watched her grow over the last 5, 6 years to many heights. So I think I'm going to replace and say actress first, singer second. Now she's a mom. Now she's a wife. But
Yes.
one thing she's always stayed focused on, and that is staying focused on the goal, staying focused on the dream. She is a dreamer. It is a pleasure and an honor to be welcoming Naturi Naughton.
Hey,
Tasha say,
Tasha St.
Tasha's here.
Patrick, aka Tasha. Thank you, Lenny. What an introduction.
Oh,
You
come
you
on.
have literally watched the growth since I was a teenager. So it's actually been over 20 years since I've been in this business. So thank you for that intro and thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure and honor to have you. And it's wonderful to see the growth in a person, especially when I've had the opportunities of being there and seeing transformations, seeing opportunities.
Yeah.
We all hope for the best for everyone, at least I do. And to see you and to know how passionate you were about the arts first
Yeah.
and
I love you.
just getting to the next level.
Hmm.
You did it. And look where you are now. I mean, we're about to tell everyone tonight, in case you haven't seen the little clips on BET, what's happening on BET Plus, because she's a judge now. She went from singer to judge.
I know, right?
And there's
From
a
being
lot that's
married,
happened in between. But
from being a
how
criminal's wife
yeah,
to
and the
being a
criminal
judge, because Ghost would have been arrested if he was in her courtroom right now.
oh my gosh. Well, you know what? Let's go back. I think, in case you didn't know, the new feature film that BET Plus is about to embark and start streaming on July 6th. In a couple of days, you're going to see this dynamic lady on BET Plus in this wonderful BET Plus presentation of Judge King. But if I had to go back a little bit with you, Notori,
Hmm.
I'm going to go back to Notorious.
Oh,
When you play Little Kim, I don't think we can get Little Kim out of our head.
I know. I get that a lot.
You do, huh?
All the
Because that kind of sets you up for Tasha St. Patrick.
It did. So if we go back, Notorious was actually my very first movie. A lot of people don't know that was my first film feature, and it's just it definitely gave me the opportunity to show the world I'm taking this acting thing very seriously. I'm committed, you know what I mean, and I got other roles in between, but when it was
Yeah.
time to audition for Power, having that fierceness, sexiness, strength of Tasha St. Patrick, it definitely, I definitely used some of my Little Kim footage to show the casting directors and the producers, I'm not just the girl from Thrill W, and I'm not just the girl that they may have seen in Fame or, and those were all great as well. But
Sure.
Notorious really kicked off the whole thing for me.
It did. And then Power took the roof off.
It did. It really did. I don't see you anymore, but I mean, I just see myself. Oh, there you are. Okay. I like to see my Lenny Green. By the way,
Thank
you
you.
look amazing. This man doesn't age. Can we just say to the people, I've known him for like over 15 years and he looks exactly the same.
I
You look,
pray a lot. Thank you.
yes. Well, your prayers are working, honey. Um, yeah, so Power just went crazy. Let me tell you, we didn't know that Power was going to be as big because it was a small little show on a network that no one really knew. No
Hmm.
one really subscribed to Stars at that time. It was HBO and Showtime
That's right.
were the top of the food chain. And when we came out, we kicked the door open 6 seasons into the game, and then wind up having the spinoff, which I'm still currently in.
Yes, you
So
are.
it's been about 10 years of Power, which is a blessing.
But the blessing has elevated to another level now. I mean, personally for you, as a wife, as a mom of two, I
Yeah,
think the Quiet Storm plays a big role in your life because the last time you came in studio, you were expecting, you were showing
I
expecting
was. The
with the
last time
with the baby
you
girl.
just reminded me, I was like probably 8 or 9 months pregnant.
Yeah, you were ready to do it
I
right
was
then.
ready.
Yep.
And now my daughter is 5, Zuri. She's turning 6 in a month.
Wow.
That's crazy. I just remembered that that was the last time. Wow.
Yep.
I got to come,
Because you know,
hang
Timmy.
out with you again now that,
Yes, yes, yes.
so much time has passed. But yes, I agree with you about personal life and making sure that that has been just as much of a priority and important to me because a lot of people in this industry, as you know, and we see so many people, they are not happy people. They're not happy with themselves, with their personal life, their family life. And I am so grateful to have found an amazing man who loves me and
I know
proposed
that's
to me.
right.
I got married last year.
Congratulations.
So I feel good about, just finding a healthy love and relationship. And then, the way he has embraced my daughter as his own and fathered her and, really stepped up as a man and as a father.
And
And
now
now
he has a son.
he has a son, true, which we just had. So my baby is only
Mm,
four weeks now, Lenny. So
wow.
it's amazing that I'm up and running. Okay.
Well, you're a strong woman, a strong, vibrant, amazing lady.
Thank you.
Naturi Naughton is with us. Well, I should say Mrs. Naturi Naughton Lewis is with us today.
Amen.
And she is going to be in Judge King. I'm going to go into some
It's
music.
call her King is the title though.
Call her King. That's
Yes,
right.
call
Call
her
her
King,
King.
but I
And
do
you'll
play Judge King. So call her King.
call her King. And you'll understand why
It's
if
bad.
you really pay attention, because I got a chance to take a little peek at it. But let's go into one of your favorite slow jams. Pick out one for me.
Ooh, oh my goodness. You just reminded me actually of play another slow jam. This can we
This
hear a
time.
little Usher?
Let's do it.
His version of on a slow jam. Him and I think Monica that was. But
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. Naturi is with us. We'll come back and chop it up with her. But welcome inside the Quiet Storm, baby.
yes,
It's the
yes.
Quiet Storm. It's soft, it's warm, it's comfortable, and it's right because we have great company over tonight. This dynamic actress is phenomenal. Call her King. That's what I want you to remember. BET Plus, July 6th. It's right here. So make sure that you program if you're going to be away from the house. You won't be able to sit down. Make sure you DVR it because you don't want to miss a bit of this series. And I'm so excited that Naturi Norton is taking out some time to be with us tonight to tell us about the preparation it took you to get ready for this role. Because if I'm understanding, I didn't see everything in full, so I don't want to spoil it for everyone. I kind of want to set it up the right way.
Mm.
Is your dad the martial art artist who kind of he's training you? He's
He's
teaching you as a woman. He's
like
growing you.
yeah, well that's actually just my sensei. He's not my dad in the
Ah,
film. He plays I guess like a father figure. He's my teacher. He has been working with me on Silat, which is a form of karate, and it's very much about breathing and focusing on each hit. I did a lot of training for this, by the way.
I can tell.
So in the beginning of the film, you see my character Jada King practicing training with her karate instructor, her sensei. And she's kind of having a hard time. She's not focused because she has a big case coming up the next day. And she has to sentence a young black man to either free him or sentence him to death. And she's not sure what she's going to do because
Wow.
she's on the fence. And played by Jason Mitchell, who is awesome in the film. Lance
Yes.
Gross, he's
Lance
so good in the
Gross.
film.
Yeah.
So it's really a matter of two brothers. Lance plays kind of this very badass brother who does some
Black
things.
Caesar.
Yes, Black Caesar, and he's just trying to protect his little brother, played by Jason Mitchell. So it's interesting because Judge King is a good person, but she has lost her way, and she's just putting people in prison because she's made a mistake from years ago and she doesn't want to take any chances. So now in this movie, you'll see her journey of becoming a little bit more empathetic. She starts to really see the person and not just the case as a number. And I think she grows a lot in this film, but she's also, you know, kicking some butt. I had to fight. I had to shoot
Yeah.
some guns. I was in training. Child, I was also 6 weeks pregnant when I shot this film.
No way.
Yes, I was the baby I just had. I found out I was pregnant when we first started. So I shot this film from 6 weeks pregnant to 12 weeks pregnant. And it was the hardest thing I've ever done. I'm not going to lie. But
Did
it
they
was,
have a double for you though?
I had,
in
oh
certain
yes,
scenes?
I had a stunt double, but I actually did almost 90% of my own stunts. I really learned the things that were safe that my doctor told me, as long as it doesn't affect my stomach and no kicking in that area. I did all the stunts. I was over there like, ha,
Wow.
I felt like, a real action star. So it was cool for me.
Will you continue
Oh,
to study the art?
I mean, my daughter's actually in karate. I probably will continue having appreciation for, the way that it calms your spirit and your focus. I think even doing more action films, would be great because it is choreography, if you will. Fight training is very similar to a dance routine, how we learn, one, two, and three, and four, and block
Mm,
and duck. So
mm,
if you think about it, because I was in 3OW and I've done a lot of dancing and choreography, it wasn't as unfamiliar to me. It was more familiar to learn the fight stuff in a rhythm. And then I had a great time with it. So I would definitely want to do more. I would definitely continue to appreciate even the art form of karate and maybe do some more action films. So for all the studios out there, call me. Call her call,
hey,
call her king.
I'm
Let
already I'm always certain that they're definitely going to call you. Your elevation in your career is advancing, and that's
thank
why you're being recognized so widely. You know, the NAACP Image
you.
Award situations is a
Yeah,
clear example of
yeah.
what people are paying attention and how they're watching you grow in by
Thank
leaps
you.
and bounds, and that's a wonderful
Yeah, it was
thing.
an honor to win two of them back to back. I've won two NAACP Image Awards, and I remember when I first won, I was pregnant with Zuri, and it seems like I have a lot of monumental moments when I'm expecting. I'm like, okay, God, thank you, because as a woman, it's nice to see women continue to be celebrated and doing powerful things
Yeah,
and still being able to carry a child or be a wife or be a mother. A lot of times you feel like in this business you can't have it all, or you can't have, a family, or you can't have your career and your children. But the truth is I have, I think, been a living and breathing example that you can be happy, be a woman, be in your
yes.
life, and also be successful in your career, because your real life is very important. So don't ever get lost in just your pretend world.
Wow, that's great motivation for me because I haven't started a family. So, do you want a big family?
No. I was like, now slow down, Lenny.
Well, I'm
Trust me.
just saying. I mean,
Yeah,
look, the longer you and your husband
he
listen to the Quiet
wants he
Storm,
wants
it's
more.
going to inspire you
Yeah,
guys to, want to do what you
of
want to do.
course, of course. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't have another, because my first child is from a previous relationship, sorry, and then this is his first and his son. So maybe one
Maybe one
more.
more.
But
Okay.
that's like it for me, child. This is hard work, okay? And not to be, I encourage all the men and women who want to do this. It's possible, but let's not get it twisted. It is a lot of work. So make sure you have a good, my parents, my family, my friends, I
Your
have a
village is
really
strong.
good support system,
You do.
because nobody, it can be done where you can do it, without that, but it's just not ideal. You want to have a support.
Naturi Naughton is with us inside the Quiet Storm. I'm going to hold it real quick and come back and talk a little bit about Call Her King. Don't forget, July 6th on BET Plus. It's going to be amazing. She's going to be exciting, and you're going to be surprised on what she does. That's all I'm going to say. This is the Quiet Storm, baby. Last break. As we wind down the night and get you prepared for the next level, ladies, I want to thank you for locking in and just kicking back and joining me. And what a perfect night to do so when we have a dynamic lady. This lady has graced us on music. This lady has graced us in films, in features. You know her from Power. You know her from Queens. You know her from Notorious, especially. Now you're going to know her from this dynamic new BET feature film entitled Call Her King. She plays a judge, Judge King. I have Naturi Naughton with us tonight, and she is ready for you to see it. I know you're excited when your new productions come out. You're wondering how people will embrace it.
Mhm.
Um, I'm sure they're going to look at this in a different light
Mhm.
because you're playing a different role, but a
Totally.
strong role, always a strong role.
Yeah.
And a strong statement, Rose. So we know now that you were expecting, you were 6 months
So to
expecting when you were doing this first now? Now, is there going to be an ongoing series to this? Can you tell us?
We had the premiere last night. We had two premieres, one in Harlem and one in Camden, New Jersey. We shot this movie in Camden, by the way. Shout out to Jersey and Camden. Everyone kept asking, "Is there going to be a Call Her King too? Is this?"
Yeah, got to be.
It kind of feels like a film that can continue. So when y'all see this and when everyone sees it, I think the reaction will be, "What's next?" Because it definitely ends in a way that keeps you like, hmm. Um, but I'll say this. Yeah, I was 6 weeks pregnant. Like you mentioned, but when people see how this film not only is entertaining and it's action packed, directed by Wes Miller, an awesome black director
Wow.
who really killed it, and I think brought out the nuances of a leading lady that's a black woman in an action film. We don't get many of these, Lenny. We don't get
Yeah.
many of these opportunities, and I was offered this role by Wes Miller and Andrew Van Houten, the producer, and also BET, who believed in me and has always supported me. So I jumped at the opportunity, and I can't wait for people to not only see the action, but to see how socially relevant it is, because we address issues about Black men being
Mhm.
wrongfully incarcerated and are often innocent, but they're looked at or judged by just their look or their family history or where they come from. And so when you see the movie, there's moments within it that you'll get a chance to really sit and analyze. We got to do better as this country, as a
Yep.
justice system, in the legal court system, because too many of our young people, particularly men and women of color, are going to prison for things that they didn't do.
Very much so.
So
And
that was a one thing that made me feel impassioned, because it's not just a movie, it's a movement. And I'm passionate about social issues. Anyway, as you know, during the pandemic, I'm from Jersey.
that's right.
My foundation, the Dreamers Foundation, gave free food to people in Newark, East Orange, Orange, and in Brooklyn and in St. Croix, where my family's from, Virgin Islands. So things like that mean a lot to me. So that's why I hope people walk away entertained, but also I hope they are inspired to do better and think differently about things.
And this film, but what I can see, Naturi, is definitely going to do all that. The dream, your next level of a dream. Do you see your career? Are you just kind of just slowing down for a minute to kind of take
Oh no,
everything all in?
I'm going.
So what's can you tell me what's on your storyboard? What's on your vision board for next? What would Naturi Norton like to get to?
Yeah. I was just thinking about this last night. I can't wait to get back on stage again, Lenny. I want to do Broadway. A lot of people don't know, and I was in Hairspray,
Yeah, you're right.
the musical with the iconic Darlene Love, um, Tevin Campbell, who actually, by the way, shout out to Tevin. He sang at my wedding.
No
We
way.
Yes, he sang Brown Eyed Girl. We should actually play that tonight if we can. Brown eyed girl, come walk with me. So Tevin Campbell sang that song as I came down the aisle with my father,
Love it.
walking down. So and at my reception he did "Can We Talk?" and "I'm Ready," and people went crazy.
They
So
did.
shout out to Tevin, that's my boy. So play some Tevin tonight.
I got you.
And then I think doing Hairspray was the first Broadway gig I ever had, and I'm dying to get back on stage, live theaters, singing again. As you know, I started out in music in
Yeah.
3OW, and I definitely transitioned, to film, but music is still my heart. And it may not be a recording artist avenue, but if I could just sing and dance and be on stage in a musical or a play, something with real reaction from people, that's my dream. And then to just continue enjoying my life. I'm just a Jersey girl with a dream and happen to have been blessed by God to live it. So I just want to continue to enjoy his blessings and do good work.
Well, Naturi, you're going to be blessed because you're a beautiful person, beautiful
Thank you.
spirit.
So are
And
you.
I know that's what you give. You give and it comes. It's just that
Amen.
simple. So you understand the grueling life of Broadway. And if you can handle mommyhood, but you got some, like you said, you got a great support system, so
Thank
you're
God,
good there. Yeah.
because it is
So
8 shows a week.
yeah, I know. I've heard. I've heard. So look, I'm going to look forward to that moment, and I'm glad you shared that moment with us tonight.
Of
But
course.
ladies and gentlemen, I want you to look forward to seeing her. Call her king, and you will definitely call her king because she is dynamic. She is energized. She is vibrant. She is
Woo!
on the cutting edge.
Y'all
This
might
is
be
definitely
scared of
keep us in
me
sync.
after this movie.
Look, we were scared of you before. We're scared of
Yes,
you. You
that's true.
turned up with Notorious. From
Of course.
Notorious on, you have been dynamic and powerful. So God bless you. Good to
Thank
see you. Give my love to everyone. Can't wait to
you.
meet the little ones. Can't wait to meet Mr.
Yes,
Mr. Mr.
Mr.
Lewis.
Lewis.
But
Yes,
tell him I said hello as well.
I
And
sure will.
God bless you with everything that you do.
Thank you, Lenny. And I just want to say to you, I've always adored you. Your show is iconic. I
Thank
can't
you.
wait to party some more with you for your birthday. And God bless you because you are just as amazing of a person as you are a host on this show. So thank you for having me.